Today on Cooking for Wellness, we're making a healthy and nutritious Mediterranean-style autumn frittata. So stick around and let's get started. Welcome to another episode of Cooking for Wellness at NYU Langone Health. I'm Chef Jeffrey Held. We have a very special guest in the kitchen today, Department Chair of Rehabilitation Medicine, Dr. Stephen Flanagan. Dr. Flanagan is here to celebrate the 75th anniversary of our own Rusk Rehabilitation Center. Welcome, Dr. Flanagan.
Thanks so much for having me. Really excited to be here.
So, Dr. Flanagan, congratulations on this monumental occasion. Can you tell us a little bit about Rusk and the history?
Sure, I'd love to. So, Howard Rusk, who is considered the father of rehabilitation medicine, came to New York. He recognized very early on that injured soldiers did much better if we got them out of bed and exercising, and recognized who they were before their injury, incorporated that into their treatment, got them up exercising, and they returned to active duty much quicker, or if they had a severe disability, was really able to get back to life in a very meaningful way, being productive members of society. NYU was smart enough to hire them and started the very first university-based rehabilitation program in the country.
That is amazing. Keeping the body healthy is a huge part of recovering from any serious injury or illness. So most of the research that I did for this recipe points to a Mediterranean style diet to help, prevent stroke as well as recovering from any traumatic injury, especially to the brain.
And you're absolutely right. A Mediterranean diet with all those good healthy things that you just mentioned, critically important for healing, but also making sure you're preventing other diseases in the future, which people with disabilities who I treat are really susceptible for. So I completely agree with you.
So today we're gonna make a delicious autumn vegetable frittata made with peak seasonal local vegetables and herbs. So we even chose vegetables and herbs that Dr. Flanagan himself grows in his home garden. So we didn't actually ask him to cart them in today, but we took inspiration from these vegetables specifically. So let's get started.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so first thing we did is we preheated our oven to 375 degrees. Since these vegetables, as we move into fall, a little bit hardier than our, summer, spring, early fall vegetables, rather than start directly in the pan, we're gonna roast off our Brussels sprouts just really quickly in the oven and our delicata. Take a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. We're gonna roast those off for about 10 minutes, real quick and easy. Next up, we're gonna get started on sweating our leeks. So sweat is not saute. Once again, very, very low heat. Leeks are very delicate and gentle. They're a great alternative to onion because they have a little bit more of a subtle flavor. Very sweet, add a lot of depth to the recipe. We started cooking with avocado oil lately. Anytime we're sauteing or doing any higher heat cooking, using avocado oil. So a little bit of that. You wanna add those leeks to our pan right there. While we let those sweat, we're gonna start cracking our eggs.
Okay.
We're doing 1 dozen eggs. So another thing, we're not actually adding any dairy. Most recipes are gonna call for milk, half and half, or cream. I don't think it's always needed. One of the techniques is to make sure we whisk air into the eggs to give it that fluffy consistency and texture. Again, get our leeks with a little salt and pepper. It's really important you let the leeks cook nice and slow. We don't want any caramelization or color on the actual leek. Dr. Flanagan, do you actually get to coach and counsel patients on nutritional advice?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really important. So people that I treat have disabilities of all different types, physical disabilities, cognitive disabilities, and they don't get a lot of physical activity as a result. So diet becomes exceptionally important to help make up for that.
Right.
And as you said, it's that healthy Mediterranean style diet when you're talking about, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, healthy oils, avoiding a lot of those processed food, lean meats, or just lean proteins. Proteins can come from other things besides meats, as you know, so beans and legumes. So really important in keeping them healthy, helping them in recovery, and making sure that they stay healthy and don't get other diseases like strokes and high blood pressure and what have you.
So it's treatment and then it's also prevention at the same time.
Absolutely.
Dr. Flanagan, you want to give the eggs a little bit of salt and pepper? I feel like fresh cracked black pepper and eggs are just a perfect mix. So our leeks are getting nice and soft, you know, translucent. You can actually see like right through them almost.
That looks great.
We're gonna add a couple cups of Tuscan kale. Like this kale grows really well right now with a little bit of a chill in the air, a little bit more tender than curly kale, sweeter, just like easier to eat and delicious.
Absolutely.
We pull up the heat just a little bit. We just want to get it to wilt a little bit, but we don't want to burn those leeks.
Yeah, that already smells so good.
Yeah. All right, we have our roasted squash. Want to add that?
You bet.
And we have our Brussels sprouts.
The best way of cooking Brussels sprouts is just roasting them like this.
Yeah. So we just want to make sure everything is nice and evenly distributed. I do recipes like this year round. Like, you know, fall you have all these great squashes, Brussels sprouts. I even use pomegranate sometimes on the top. Tomatoes, fresh herbs. It's just like there's always a variation. So I feel like anyone can find what they want.
Yeah, almost any fresh vegetable you can put into something like this. But as you said, if it's hard like that, you roast it first. But yeah, a lot of the softer vegetables you can do right in the pan.
Potatoes, sweet potatoes,
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so once our veg is nice and mixed up, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to just kind of pour the egg over as evenly as we can. I'm killing the heat. And this is the kind of thing I'll make it in the morning and literally sit it on the counter and just eat it, you know, all through the morning into lunchtime, honestly.
Yeah, it's great warm. It's great at room temperature.
I like to we got some fresh sage leaves and some fresh thyme, just sprinkle over the top. A nice like finish with olive oil right on the top before it goes into the oven. Helps the caramelization on top, and the flavor is great too.
Oh,
I'm gonna give it one little crack of pepper on the
Yes,
top.
sir.
So this is gonna bake for about 10 to 12 minutes. We have a convection oven with a fan, so I'm assuming, 12, 15 minutes in a conventional oven at home. So into the oven we go. So we're out of the oven. It looks beautiful. I'm very excited. The sage smell is really great.
Fantastic.
I like to give it just a little bit more olive oil on top before I serve it. And we toasted some pumpkin seeds. Another thing, pumpkins are everywhere right now. Just a tiny bit of olive oil, salt and pepper.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, they add a nice crunchy, crispy aspect to it. So I'm very excited. We can't eat yet though, it's too hot. So we got
hard to wait.
We gotta usually, let it sit 5-10 minutes and it's good to go.
I can tell you, this smells great, it looks fantastic, and it's healthy. And this would be a perfect thing for me to tell my patients, this is what you should be eating. Who would like this? Fresh vegetables, the seeds, eggs.
Like so easy too.
And it's easy,
and
right?
Quick.
No.
It looks pretty nice, right?
Oh, it's
Pretty
gorgeous.
happy with it. Smells great. I love
Crunch of the sage.
Yeah, I love all the different contrasting textures and flavors too.
Beautiful. Okay.
See if we did all right. Not bad.
Oh man, that's delicious. I mean, it's amazing the incredible flavors you get just from fresh vegetables.
Yeah. Gotta take advantage of the vegetables when they're in their prime, It's the season, you gotta get on it.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my
I really
pleasure.
appreciate you sharing all your knowledge and insight on this.
Well, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it. This was great. And I guess the only parting word I would say to folks, eat well, exercise. Exercise is medicine. That's one way of ensuring you won't have to see me.
I love it. Check out more episodes on our healthy lifestyle playlist.